Aloha, namaste, I'm Ash. Welcome to Inner Work Yoga, where we practice to heal from the inside out. Today's practice is focused on letting go of internalized shame and reconciling our wounds with being rejected. This is a safe place for you to get into your body, feel your emotions, and connect with your inner child. Grab a journal and your yoga mat, take a comfortable seat, and let's begin. Begin to elongate your breathing and elongate your spine. Throughout this practice, I want you to know that you're supported and held, and I encourage you to be gentle and patient with yourself as healing takes time. Remember, you're worthy of love and acceptance, and you do have the power to cultivate a greater sense of self-love and compassion as you show up for yourself each and every day. Continue to breathe deep. And in your mind's eye, I want you to envision seeing yourself as a child, any age. Bring your hands to your heart, holding them in your heart. Tell them, I'm here for you, you are safe, you are loved. Go ahead and grab your journal and a pen, and before we begin our movement practices, let's get embodied with our emotions. Take a few minutes to reflect on your experiences with rejection. Can you remember a time in your past when you felt particularly rejected or abandoned, and by who? What emotions come up for you as you think about this experience? Take a few moments to journal. You can pause this video if you need to reflect on your emotions that you felt at that time in your life, and if those emotions are still present with you today. Are there any emotions, beliefs, or patterns that you still carry with you from that experience? Oftentimes, our reflection on traumatic experiences with being rejected can bring about feelings of not feeling good enough or not feeling lovable or worthy. And as painful as it is to sit with these feelings, it's essential for us to feel our feelings in order to truly release them. Ultimately, to heal from the wound of rejection, we have to come to the realization that those who rejected, traumatized, abused, or hurt us are only projecting their own rejections, traumas, abuse, or hurt onto us. Our impressionable mind then made those painful projections about us, but it was never about us. We were and always are innocent. Our lovableness, worthiness, and innocence is still there and can never be taken, only temporarily hidden due to the misidentification with our trauma. It's important to acknowledge the cycle so that we don't go another day internalizing the rejection others projected onto us. We have to give it back in a sense. See the pain of the other person clearly. They are the ones who have been rejected, abused, traumatized, or hurt, and they tried to pass it on to us, but we don't have to accept it. When you're ready, close your journal and return to a comfortable seat, and let's move our bodies to process these emotions. On your next inhale, reach your arms into a T. Exhale, wrap your arms around your chest, grab onto your shoulder blades, and squeeze yourself tightly. One more big breath in. Exhale, wrap and squeeze, just loving on yourself, your inner child. Prepare for child's pose. Come onto all fours, bring your knees and feet together. On an exhale, drape your belly and chest over your thighs. Just relax, let your forehead touch the earth. Place your palms facing upwards down by your side and just let go and breathe. Let your shoulders round, your back round. You are worthy of rest. You are worthy of self-care. Inhale, lift yourself back up to prepare for rabbit. Grab onto your heels with your thumbs on the outside of your feet. On your next exhale, round your chin into your chest until the crown of your head touches the floor in front of your knees. Grab onto your heels. Inhale, lift your hips up. With little to no weight on the crown of your head, inch your knees closer to your forehead. Pull on your heels, drive your shoulders away from your ears. Feel the stretch through your back body. Inhale, release, bring your hips back to your heels, slowly roll yourself out of rabbit, and place your hands on your thighs to rest. Sun worshiper. Bring your hands back behind you with your fingers pointing away from your sits bones. Look up, open your chest, lean back, breathe into your heart. You can stay here, or you can take this deeper into hero's pose by bringing your toes to touch. Separate your knees wide. Again, bring your hands back behind you, and maybe you can come all the way down onto your forearms by grabbing onto your feet and lowering down one arm at a time. Breathe into your heart space. Know that you are infinitely and unconditionally loved, even if those around you didn't know how to properly express it and ended up hurting or traumatizing you instead. On your next inhale, start to press yourself up and out of the shape, one arm at a time. Bring your hands in front of you, tuck your toes under, and lift your hips up for downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs one at a time, and then find your way back to child's pose. Separate your knees, reach your arms forward, and rest your forehead on the mat. Hurt people, but healed people heal people, which is why it's so amazing that you're showing up to this healing journey and breaking the cycle. Take your last few breaths here. Slow, smooth, deep breathing. On your next inhale, press yourself back up, walk your hands back to your knees, bring your knees together, tuck your toes under, and sit back on your heels for toe stand. Reach your arms out into a T and then cross your right elbow over your left for eagle arms. You can either grab onto your shoulders, bring the backs of your hands together, or double wrap so your inner palms touch. Feel the space between your shoulder blades. Reach your fingers up, lift your elbows up, and look up. You stand strong in your own worthiness. Rejection loses its power over you. Exhale, release. Reach your hands forward, untuck your toes, tap the tops of your feet on the mat, and then prepare for a second set. Lean back, sit on your heels, and this time wrap your left arm over your right, elbow over elbow in whatever variation feels good for you. Again, lift your elbows, lift your fingers, look up. The more you know yourself, the less you fear rejection. Exhale, let it go. Tap the tops of your feet again and push yourself back into your downward facing dog. Pedal out your knees. That was so intense. Good job. From your downward facing dog, on an inhale breath, step up to the top of your mat and take a forward fold. Grab opposite elbows with opposite hands and just sway left and right like a monkey. Shift your weight more forward into the balls of your feet. Allow your head to be heavy. Allow your shoulders to be heavy. Come back to your breath. Reconnect with your inner child. Just let yourself hang out. Drop your hands to the floor. Shift your weight into your legs and slowly peel yourself up one vertebra at a time to mountain pose Tadasana. Bring your hands onto your heart center and just affirming yourself that you choose you. Doesn't matter who didn't choose you, you're choosing you today by showing up to your mat. And I'm so proud of you. Let's prepare for chair pose, reaffirming our strength. Bring our toes and heels to touch. Exhale, shift your weight back into your heels, sit down like you're sitting in a chair, and reach your arms up. Pull your belly button in, squeeze your knees together, weight is in your heels. You've got this. Bring your hands to your heart center to prepare for a twist. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, twist to the right, hook your left elbow outside of your right knee. You can also modify and bring your right hand to your low back and your forearms down onto your thighs for a more gentle twist. Squeeze your knees together, sit down lower in your chair. Return to center on an inhale, and exhale, switch your twist to the other side. Press your palms together in front of your heart, or you can always take that same modification. I'm so proud of you. You're so proud of yourself. You're doing great. Last few seconds. Exhale, release, straighten your legs, let it go. That was super intense. Good job. Inhale, reach up, look up, Utthita Hasta in Tadasana, and then take it back, reach back, look back, slide your sit bones down, your hip points up. You can also modify and bring your hands onto your low back for support. Back bend from your upper and middle back, open your heart, create more space between your collarbones. Exhale, return to neutral, Tadasana. Have blocks, go ahead and grab them for eagle pose and place them on the outsides of both of your feet. Take your arms out into a T and swing your left arm high over your right. Cross at your elbows and take whatever arm variation feels good for you. Prepare to sit down into your chair. Bring your feet together, squeeze your knees, sit into your chair. Bring your right thigh high over your left. Squeeze your knees together. You can either bring your foot down to your block, you can double wrap your floating ankle around your standing ankle, or touch your big toe mound to the floor. Whatever variation works for you, keep your focus, squeeze your knees, pull your right hip back, squeeze your elbows, suck your belly button in, sit back into your chair, lift your elbows up. This pose is so good for cultivating protection and inner strength. Take your last few breaths and inhale, release, prepare for the other side. This time, take your arms out into a T and switch. Bring your right elbow high over your left, squeeze your elbows, double wrap, or bring the backs of your hands together. Sit back into your chair and right away, shift your weight into your right leg, swing your left thigh high over your right. It's all about the squeeze. Get smaller. Squeeze your knees together. Sit back like you're sitting in a chair. This shape is also helping to release the stress and tension held behind your heart and your upper back between your shoulder blades. Lift your elbows up. Good job. Inhale, release. Unbind, stand up, reach up, Tadasana. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center. Move your blocks out of the way and come back to the top of your mat to prepare for crescent lunge. Place your hands on your hips, shift your weight into your right leg, bend your left knee, and step it way back into a high crescent lunge. Lift your back heel high off of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Deep bend in your front leg, press through all four corners of your front foot. Exhale, bend your elbows down by your ribs for cactus arms. Open and spread through all 10 fingers. Widen the space between your collarbones. Shine through your heart. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up. Firm up your core and come down 45 degrees. Reach through your heel, your shoulders, the back of your skull, and your fingertips. Bend into your back knee and step back up to the top of your mat. Good job. That was so intense. Let's do this all again on the other side. Shift your weight now into your left leg. Bend your right knee. Step your right foot way back, landing on the ball of your foot. Lift your back heel up high over the ball of your back foot. Fire up and firm your back leg. Squeeze your front thigh in toward the midline of your body. Pull your hip points up towards your navel. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bend your elbows down by your ribs, cactus arms. Despite what you've been through, feel how strong you are, how open you still are. Inhale, reach your arms up. Come back into your 45-degree hold. Pull your left hip back, suck your belly button in, reach through your fingertips, and then exhale, launch forward to the top of your mat, back to Tadasana. Hands return to heart center. Let it all go. Tree pose. Bring your hands to your hips, shift your weight into your right leg, and open your left knee like a gate. Place your heel on your inner ankle, your inner shin, or all the way up into your inner thigh. Whatever variation feels good for you, bring your hands to your heart center and keep your gaze focused. You can take any arm variation you like, reach your arms up or open your arms wide, but I want you to feel into how still you can be, even as you're swaying. How you can trust and rely on yourself. Good job. And exhale, step your foot down. I have a trolley horse, I don't know about you. And take the same shape on the other side. Shift your weight into your left leg now. Open your right leg like a gate and take the same tree pose on the other side. If you have your foot in your thigh, press your thigh into your foot into your thigh. Get a little taller, stand up a little taller, and then take whatever arm variation your inner child desires. Smile not only with your face, but also from your heart space. Smile from the inside out, and even if you fall out, that's okay. Go ahead and come down and return to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach up, look up, lean back, open your heart one more time, and exhale, forward fold over your thighs. Take a halfway lift as you breathe in, step your feet back, and exhale, lower all the way down through chaturanga onto your belly. This is my favorite pose because we do nothing. It's called Crocodile pose. My inner child loves it. Take your feet out wide into a V, let your toes flop open. Take your arms into a V with fingers pointing in and just rest your forehead on your forearms. Breathe into your low belly and feel your rib cage move left and right like a crocodile. Smooth, deep breathing, inflate your belly, feel your back body with every breath in. Feel your ribs come back into your center with every breath out. Awesome. Let's take a twist. Reach your left arm out in line with your left shoulder. Roll over your left arm, bend your right knee, and bring your right foot back behind you. You can use your right palm as a kickstand, like chaturanga arms. Press your right hand into the mat and continue to twist over your left arm. It's a great heart opener, hip opener. On your next inhale, come back to center, switch sides. Right arm out in a T, palm down. Roll over your right arm. Take your left leg back behind you. You can use your left hand as a little kickstand. Press your left hand into the mat. Roll over your right arm. I like to let my top knee kind of just fly open. The more my hips go up towards the sky, the deeper the stretch I get. Just breathe. And inhale, roll back to center. Yourself up to all fours, cross your ankles, and roll back onto your sit bones. Take a comfortable seat. Bend your left knee so that your knee is center of the mat, and cross your right thigh up and over, kind of like eagle legs, so that your heels are next to your hips. If this is uncomfortable, you can straighten your left bottom leg and stack your knees like this. Otherwise, swing both knees bent. Stack your knees, bring your heels back by your hips, and work to get both sit bones down on the floor. Prepare for eagle arms. Take your arms out wide as you inhale, and then take your left arm high over your right, elbow to elbow. So you have opposite arm on top. Lift your elbows, lift your gaze, lift your fingertips, and exhale, forward fold. Bring your elbows forward in front of your knees. Stretch your fingertips forward. You can just stop at any variation wherever you feel the point of sensation. Inhale, release, stretch your arms out, give your legs a stretch and a shake, and then take the same stretch on the other side. This time, take your right leg on bottom, knee exactly forward, cross your left thigh over right, stack your knees, let your heels come down by your hips, or if it's too intense, straighten your bottom leg, flex through your bottom foot. Always stop at the point of sensation. So whichever variation you're starting to feel it, then that's the shape for you. There's no right way. This is inner work yoga. It's all about how you feel on the inside. Inhale, reach your arms out and take opposite arm over, right arm over left, eagle arms. Reach your elbows up on an inhale, and then on an exhale, forward fold, bring your elbows in front of your knees. On your next inhale, push yourself back up to seated. You can give your legs a little shake and then return to a comfortable seat for a Kriya. Sit up tall, bring your hands to your heart center, and reconnect with your inner child. This 3-minute Kriya we're about to do is for protection. Place your hands in Gyan Mudra by touching the tips of your thumbs and the tips of your Jupiter index fingers together. The other fingers are relaxed. This Kriya is 3 different movements, and you can see I'm already starting to chant. The chant is Har, Hare, Hari, Wa, He, Guru. Har, Hare, Hari, Wa, He, Guru. In these 3 movements, low V, elbows in, and then palms up. We'll do this for 3 minutes. Let's begin. Har, Hare, Hari, Wa, He, Guru. Har, Hare, Hari, Wa, He, Guru. Har, Hare, Hari, Wa, He, Guru. Continue this at your own pace. You can chant out loud or in your mind's eye. We've got 3 minutes on the clock. Har, Hare, Hari, Wa, He, Guru. This is a mantra for protection, along with the mudra for protection. This is you showing up as an adult, protecting your sweet inner child. You're already 1 minute in. You're doing so good. I'm so proud of you. Keep it up. 2 more minutes to go. Har, Hare, Hari, Wa, He, Guru. Har, Hare, Hari, Wa, He, Guru. You're at 2 minutes, just 1 more minute left to go. Continue to focus on that little girl or little boy that you are showing up for now today, giving all the love, reassurance, and encouragement that maybe wasn't there at those past memories you journaled about. Now is the time to set the record straight. You are loved, you are worthy. None of that was ever about you. 30 seconds left. Har, Hare, Hari, Wa, He, Guru. Last few seconds. And take your last set. Reach your arms up on an inhale. Open your heart. Reach for the sky. And then give your inner child a big hug. Wrap your arms around yourself again. Squeeze yourself extra tight. And if you need to, you can roll out your neck. Roll out your shoulders, any last adjustments you need before you make your way onto your back. I like to do a little shake, a little twist, and then settle down on your back. All of the wrapping and twisting we've been doing with our arms and legs are all symbols of protecting ourselves. So let's do that one more time. One more eagle twist. Cross your right thigh over your left. You know the spiel. Drop your knees to the left, look to the right. So it's eagle legs again, but this time we're taking a twist. And as we're in this shape, I want you to work on getting both shoulders onto the floor. So stretch your right arm out even more. Separate your shoulder blades. You can use your left hand to put weight on your knees and just breathe. Imagine twisting out and letting go of any shame, any self-doubt, any unworthiness. Inhale, return to center, and exhale, twist to the other side. Cross your left thigh now over your right. Drop your knees to the right and look to the left. Again, get both shoulders down by reaching through your left shoulder blade. Let it go. You can let it all go. All the stories, let them all go. Let those stories go. Inhale, return to center, and let's take windshield wiper knees. Separate your feet wide on your mat and bend your knees and just rock your knees side to side. Knees bent, feet hip width apart. Lift your hips up towards the sky on an inhale, just a short bridge pose. Drive your sit bones towards your knees, and exhale, slowly lower your back down one vertebra at a time. Press your entire back into the mat and take happy baby. Lift your legs up, keep your knees bent, grab your inner feet. Press your low back onto the mat, tuck your chin into your chest, feel your whole spine imprint on the mat. And then a big hug for your inner child. Take an inhale, hug yourself into a little ball, squeeze everything as tight as you can. And on an exhale, we release, let it all go. Let your body fall onto the mat. Find the perfect, most comfortable spot. Adjust your shirt, all the things. And then just let your feet fall open, your palms rest by your side, facing up towards the sky. Return to your center, return to your breath. Completely relax and listen to these affirmations from inside the inner workbook for healing the wound of rejection. You are innocent. You are always loved. You are perfect, whole, and complete. You can let go of the shame that was projected onto you. You are loved as you are, even with all the experiences you have been through and endured. Others want to love you. Others want to support you. Others want to see you happy. Your existence matters. Your life matters. Boundaries are healthy. Feel free to stay here as long as you'd like. I'm so proud of you. Just know that your inner child is so proud of you, and if they saw you today, they would be so proud. Thank you for doing your inner work, for breaking cycles from my heart to yours. Namaste.